Long ago, in a quiet, sun-drenched valley bordered by whispering pines and rolling hills, there lived a peaceful flock of sheep. The sheep grazed daily in green meadows under the watchful eyes of the shepherd and his loyal dog. Life was simple, safe, predictable. But just beyond the hills in the shadowy depths of the forest lurked a wolf. He was clever, cunning, and always hungry. This was no ordinary wolf. His fur was scarred, his eyes cold as ice, and though he had the strength to overpower most animals in the forest, he'd grown tired of the chase. He wanted an easier way to get what he craved, a feast of tender lamb. One crisp morning, the wolf crouched behind a rock and watched the flock from a distance. "They're so careless," he sneered. "No fences, no fear, just wool and foolishness." Then he had an idea. Later that day, the wolf crept up to the edge of the meadow after the flock had returned to their pen. There, caught on a branch, was the pelt of a sheep, left behind after the shearing season. With slow, deliberate motions, the wolf draped the skin over his body. It itched and smelled of lanolin, but it fit well enough. When morning came, the wolf joined the flock. At first, the sheep were suspicious. One sheep, an older ewe named Clara, squinted at the newcomer. "You smell odd," she muttered. "I'm new here," said the wolf, lowering his voice. "From the northern valley, long journey." The others nodded, accepting him without question. Sheep are trusting by nature, after all. For days, the wolf walked among them, blending in with remarkable ease. He moved slowly, kept his head down, and spoke little. By the end of the week, even Clara had stopped questioning him. The wolf learned their names, their routines, where the shepherd placed his lunch, where the lambs slept. But what the wolf didn't expect was the warmth. One morning, a lamb tripped while running, scraping its leg. The wolf instinctively leaned in, jaws twitching, but instead of fear, the lamb smiled. "Thanks for checking on me," it said. "You're kind." Kind? The word stung more than a thorn in his paw. Another day, Clara invited the new sheep to nap under a tree beside her. She shared stories of her youth and asked about his journeys. The wolf made up tales, but something about her gentle voice made him pause. As days turned to weeks, the wolf found himself hesitating. He had the perfect opportunity. The shepherd had left the pen open one evening. The dog was asleep. The lambs were grazing near the forest line, but he didn't move. Instead, he stood still, conflicted. That night under the stars, the wolf sat alone, sheep's wool draped around his shoulders. He looked at the flock, huddled together in peace. For the first time in his life, he felt a flicker of something unfamiliar: guilt. But hunger has a way of silencing conscience. The next morning, the wolf awoke with a decision. "Tonight," he whispered, "tonight I will feast." He eyed a young lamb grazing near the edge, separated from the rest. But Clara had noticed the change in his eyes. That night, as the wolf crept toward the lamb, he didn't see the glint of the shepherd's knife behind the barn, nor the silent growl of the dog creeping through the grass. Clara had spoken to the shepherd. "Something's not right," she'd said. "He's not one of us." And the shepherd had listened. Just as the wolf lunged, shedding his disguise, the dog pounced with a furious bark. The shepherd shouted, and before the wolf could escape, a net fell upon him. Struggling beneath the weight of the ropes, the wolf snarled. "You trusted me," he roared. "You lied to us," Clara replied, her voice firm. The wolf was dragged away, never to be seen again. The flock was shaken, but grateful. From then on, the shepherd kept a closer eye. And Clara, old and wise, became the voice the others listened to. But the story didn't end there. Word of the wolf in sheep's clothing spread far and wide, becoming a tale passed from pasture to pasture. It became a warning, a lesson carved in memory. The moral of the story teaches us that not everyone who walks beside you means well. Some wear disguises and speak sweetly, but their intentions are sharp as fangs. Trust is a gift, one that should be given wisely.